Let's just get this out of the way right now. The single most important truth about building wealth is that the path to financial independence is wildly, almost comically, random and unpredictable.
So, if the market's just a giant casino, what are you supposed to do? What can you actually control? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. We're going to give you a framework that completely ignores the market's chaos and focuses only on what you can command to build real long-term wealth. This is the core of what we do at Money Mindset, so you should definitely subscribe if you want to get this right.
You know this person, right? Maybe you are this person. The one who's constantly pulling out their phone to check their investment app. When it's green, you feel like a genius. When it's red, your stomach drops. You feel like you're playing the game, but the hard truth is, the game is playing you.
Every single decision you make from that emotional place, panic selling when things dip or jumping on some hype train, is a step in the wrong direction. Trying to outsmart the market is a total losing game because you're not really fighting the market. You're fighting your own biology, your own irrational impulses.
Okay, so if we can't control market returns, what's left? We need to find the one variable that we can control. And guess what? There is one. And it happens to be the single most powerful weapon you have in your entire financial arsenal, your savings rate.
And look, that's not just some nice-sounding idea. It's straight-up math. Especially in the first, say, 10 or 20 years of building your wealth, the amount of cash you shovel into your investments, what some call brute force saving, has a way bigger impact on your net worth than what the market does.
Now, check this out. This is where it gets really interesting. These numbers are from an analysis by Early Retirement Now. If you save 20% of your income, you're looking at a 37-year slog to financial independence. 37 years. But look what happens when you crank that up to 55%. Suddenly, it's only 14 years. You've cut your timeline by more than half.
And this chart just drives the point home. Just a tiny 5% bump in your savings rate, from 55% to 60%, shaves off almost 2 full years. 2 years! To get that same result by chasing better returns, you'd have to consistently beat the market by a massive and frankly unreliable amount. So the takeaway is simple. Focus on your savings rate. It's the only dial you can reliably turn to speed things up.
So how do we actually put this into practice? It all starts with stage 1. You have to get total, unemotional clarity on exactly where you stand right now. The only score that really matters in this game is your net worth. The definition is dead simple. It's everything you own minus everything you owe. That one number and which way it's heading is the only metric you need to obsess about.
Let's make this real. Here's a super simple look at a family's finances. On one side, you've got their assets, the house, savings, retirement accounts, all adding up to $520,000. On the other side, their one big liability, the mortgage. You do the math, and their net worth is $280,000. Your first step, your only step right now, is to calculate this exact number for yourself.
Okay, once you have that clarity, you're ready for stage 2. This is where you weaponize your savings rate and build the actual engine of your wealth.
Let's just put a number up there to aim for. 60%. Yeah, I know, it sounds extreme, maybe even impossible. But a rate this high fundamentally changes the game. It turns wealth building from something based on luck into something based on process. It's brute force. It makes whatever the market is doing today almost irrelevant. And you get there by treating your savings like it's the most important bill you have. You automate it. The day you get paid, that money gets moved to your investments before you even see it, before you can spend it. You learn to live on what's left. It becomes a non-negotiable part of your system.
And all of this leads to the final piece, stage 3. You build a rational, unemotional system that guides every single financial decision you make. This right here, this is the whole point. This is the long-term vision. That red line is your pile of assets, growing and growing, fueled by that high savings rate. The blue line is your income from your job. Over time, that red line crosses over, and your assets can finally generate enough income to replace your salary. That's the goal. And a consistent plan makes that crossover point a mathematical certainty.
So how do you build a plan like that? You stop dreaming and you start doing math. Take this example. A family wants a lake cabin. Instead of just wishing for it, they define it. It costs $150,000. They want it in 10 years. The math is easy. That's $15,000 a year they need to save for that specific goal. It's not a dream anymore. It's a project with a deadline.
And this is really the big idea that ties it all together. A disciplined process, knowing your numbers, forcing your savings, and following a plan. It makes the randomness of the market, well, it makes it not matter so much. The outcome isn't about luck anymore. It's just a matter of time.
And the way you actually do this is simple. Your plan tells you what to invest in, not the other way around. So instead of chasing whatever's hot this week, you choose ETFs that fit the rules of your plan, not your emotions. That's how you stay consistent.
So let's end with this. Stop trying to predict the unpredictable. Stop letting the market's daily drama control your emotions. Instead, focus on the very few, very powerful things you can actually control. Go build your system.